Hello, friends. Welcome to my live stream. And in this live stream, we are going to discuss about the latest business trends, which is going to help us identify the opportunities that we may have. So, without further ado, let us start our show. And since we are live, you can actually reach out to me with your comments and questions. All right. The first point to discuss today is related to the SR, which is going to invest 1.2 billion in green hydrogen. SR is a very large group, and they also have a lot of investment in the energy sector. But they are going to now make fresh investment of in the range of 1.2 billion US dollars in green hydrogen. So I think we have to understand what is this green hydrogen. Green hydrogen, as you know that, let's talk about hydrogen itself. Hydrogen is the best known fuel because hydrogen burns very rapidly in presence of oxygen. So it's the most potent and very lightweight also. So it's light and it burns rapidly and it burns quickly. So I think for a fuel, for a novel fuel, I think hydrogen is the best candidate. So what we can do, if you use hydrogen just like that, then it would be very dangerous to not only store hydrogen because it can catch fire, and in case it catches fire, it burns rapidly, and because of that, it may explode. So in order to prevent this kind of eventuality, we have to basically process the hydrogen and use our current fuel, petroleum based fuel, to enhance the property. As we know that the world is geared up to reduce the pollution, and I think the petroleum, the fossil fuel that we use today in our aeroplanes, in our cars, in our ships, locomotives, they are adding a lot of pollutant into the air. So I think since most of the countries have decided to contribute their effort and to ensure that we do not pollute, I think this process, which it is now known as green hydrogen, is very, very novel. And now there are other energy companies who have decided to produce green hydrogen, and the latest one is SR. And why I'm talking about SR, because this is latest, and I think they are going to invest a huge amount. They are going to compete with the likes of Reliance, etc. And they are going to basically build a refinery where they will use this process of using hydrogen and generate green hydrogen fuel for our cars. And there are various advantages, because when the hydrogen is applied and mixed with the normal petroleum based product, it actually removes the sulfate from that, and it also makes it much more combustible and makes it lighter. So you can straight away reduce pollutant in the air coming out from your vehicle in the range of up to 30%. So the it offers significant advantage over using simple petroleum product vis-a-vis green hydrogen, which is a hydrogen processed petroleum product in your as a fuel in your vehicles. It will reduce the amount of pollutants reaching out in the atmosphere by almost 30%. So that is why it's a big deal, and India is a very large country. A lot of vehicles on the road, a lot of people, first of all, and each one has 2 to 3 vehicles of different types and kinds. So this is something which is very important, and it's also a very big market. So SR is looking at this consumer market, and therefore they are investing big time in producing green hydrogen. All right, let's move to the next topic. Well, once in a while we keep hearing about the onion crisis, and today I would like to talk about the latest world onion crisis. It's not related to India or any other specific country. This onion crisis is related to the world onion crisis. There are many people who like the taste of onion. They like to basically make different dishes using onion, and there are different kinds of onion. Onion is a very important commodity, vegetable commodity, which is used across the world in all kinds of food, whether it's Italian, Indian, Chinese, American cuisine, European, whatever. Onion is an integral part of our food. And when we talk about world crisis, what is this world crisis? See, once in a while, onion becomes expensive, and the price start shooting so much that government has to basically reduce the onion price, because it may inflate the rest of the economy, because everybody use onion. So therefore, when the price shoot up, we cry. But what is happening right now is that the production is very, very high as compared to the consumption, and the price of the onion has reduced so much. Especially if I have to quote example of India, onions, the farmers are getting 2 rupees for 500 kgs. 2 rupees for 500 kgs. Can you imagine? The prices have crashed so much, and therefore there is no advantage for farmers to sell the onion, and therefore they are just spoiling it. They are throwing it away, because the cost of shipment is more than what the money they are going to get. So this is exactly the world onion crisis which is brewing right now. People don't know about this, but it is my responsibility to actually find these trivia and bring it to you, so that you are made aware of such a thing, such an event which is happening, affecting our business and daily life. So world onion crisis is brewing right now, and if you don't know, you can do more research and find out what is causing this sudden drop in onion prices world over. All right, let's move to the next one. And this is very specific to India. This is about the 5 rupee coin. And friends, let me ask you, when did you last see 5 rupee coin? I mean, it is a well-known fact that most of us are now using digital economy. We are using UPI to make our micro payments and all kinds of payment. We are using, our digital currency today. So you may not have seen the 5 rupee coin, but there is a very surprising fact that even the 5 rupee coin, even though if you have to spend some amount of money and get something in exchange or as a change, you will never see a 5 rupee coin. So this is something that I like to leave that a question in your mind, that if you can see a 5 rupee coin, do let me know. Send in your comment and let me know that, hey, you have a 5 rupee coin. The fact of the matter is that 5 rupee coins, the old 5 rupee coins, are out of circulation. RBI has stopped circulating 5 rupee coin. Why they have to do that? Because it is not demonetized. 5 rupee is monetized currency. So whether it is rupee, currency, note, it is monetized. It is not stopped. But the coin itself has been out of circulation for quite some time now. The reason will be very surprising. If I tell you, you will probably be very, very surprised and probably also feel the humor around it. See, what happens is this 5 rupee coin is made of special material. If you remember the 5 rupee coin, it used to weigh quite a bit. And suppose you have a couple of 5 rupee coins, it will actually start, you can start feeling the weight in your pocket if you have these coins. So the 5 rupee coin was made of special material which was quite heavy and thick. And it turns out this, certain people in Bangladesh realized that this 5 rupee coin has a very superior, very expensive material, and they can actually process this 5 rupee coin and, make it something which is more sellable. So what these guys did is actually created a sort of a ruckus in India. They started collecting 5 rupee coins and storing them and then smuggling them to Bangladesh. There was a complete network of people who were actually collecting the 5 rupee coin and shipping them out to Bangladesh. So even before the government realized this, the 5 rupee coin was already going out of circulation, because there was these miscreants who were actually collecting it and taking the 5 rupee coin out of circulation. They were sending them to Bangladesh, where these coins will be melted and then converted into razor blades. So, this was a big industry which was thriving in Bangladesh. They were using our Indian 5 rupee coin, converting them into razor blade. So each 5 rupee coin could convert into 6 razor blades. That was the equation. They were making it actually. And each razor blade would sell for rupees 2. So you see, what is happening is that the Indian 5 rupee coin has already inflated 250 times. They can make 12 rupees out of 5 rupees. And that was a big big scam which was running, and people were making money, and probably depending on the volume of the the blades they were able to generate, they were becoming billionaires. Their profit margins were going off the roof. And moment the RBI realized this, such a thing is happening, they discontinued the old 5 rupee coin. And now, after discontinuing the old 5 rupee coin, RBI went ahead with the well-known material experts to come up with low-cost material which should not be able to use in this manner. So after that, the new 5 rupee coin is much smaller, much lighter, and it cannot be used. It cannot be used to make anything like blade or any other material. So they have started replacing the old 5 rupee coin with a new 5 rupee coin. So this is something which is very strange. When I came to know about this, I was also very surprised that humans can be so imaginative, and they can find ways and means to make money in even these small things which normal people like you and me will never even think about. All right, let's move to the next one. Nokia used to be our favorite phones. It was the world favorite phone for more than 30 years. And it was the status symbol. If you have the Nokia, it was pretty much like, in today's world, you have iPhone. So Nokia was a premium company. They were the world best known company. And suddenly, because of the advancement in the smartphone arena, after the release of iPhone and Android mobile phones, Nokia could not keep up the pace. They tried to come back in the market, but they had made such huge investment in the operating system. They acquired another companies that they could not shift gear immediately, and they were losing something like 2.5 billion subscribers every month. So within 7 months, Nokia was out of the business. So the big example here is that if the reversal of fate has to happen, it will not take number of years. It will happen within few months. As this has happened with Nokia, in just 8 months, the whole company became completely bankrupt, completely erased from the smartphone market. From that time, from 40 billion to almost negligible. Finally, they were acquired by a Canadian company for merely $2 billion. This was a couple of years back. But the important thing is that we know Nokia has a very popular logo with blue and white background. But this company, which is a Canada-based company, these are the Canadian Indians, they have released a new logo. And as you can see, this new logo has no resemblance with the old logo. And they are, with this new logo, they are actually trying to give a totally new image. And they are trying to relaunch Nokia products with a totally new ideology. So I think why I'm covering this, because this is related to business. And, we are all fans of Nokia phones. When they were actually during their Nokia heydays, they used to produce the best Nokia mobile phones. In fact, they had a series which is based on Matrix also. Very popular mobile range. In fact, one of the most popular mobile range which were released along with the release of the Matrix movie. So with this new kind of logo which is being now published, you can expect a lot of changes in terms of product strategy, in terms of market strategy. There could be a lot of changes expected, and there could be a new entrant in the smartphone market. Especially Nokia has a lot of IPRs and also technical know-how of producing mobile phones. In fact, Nokia is the company which produced the world first mobile phone which you can carry in your pocket. So definitely they have a huge legacy, and you can expect a lot of changes with this new logo being launched, and new product will be introduced in the market from Nokia. All right, let's move to the next one. Now let's talk about graphene. For those who do not know what is graphene, graphene is it's like carbon. It's a carbon atom made of carbon atoms, and the only difference in graphene is that graphene is actually made in a laboratory. Graphene is arranging carbon atoms in a very small nanotube style. So it does not exist in nature. Just like diamond exists in nature, you can also make diamond in the laboratory. Graphene does not exist in nature. It is artificially fabricated. And since you know that the hardest material which is available, which is known to man, is diamond. It is harder than any other metal. So using that same property of carbon, carbon has a tendency to make a very strong bond with fellow carbon atom. So using this strong bond, you can actually arrange them in a particular manner so that you can then reuse this material. It is hard, it is very thin, and since it is hard and thin, you can actually make nanometer size tubes, which is now known as graphene. So you can actually make a sheet which is stronger than steel, very hard, and you can then it's a malleable. It can be converted into various useful things, and that is why graphene is being now being called as the material of the future, because it can be used in many ways. It can be used in spacecraft because it's very strong. It's like a fabric, a thin nanometer thick fabric which is stronger than steel. So if you have multiple layers of this material, it'll be much stronger than even carbon fiber. So graphene is coming up in a big way, and the biggest recent opportunity that we see the use of graphene in a big way is the car batteries. And since the electric cars are becoming the norm, every big brand is coming out with electric vehicles. The challenge is that the lithium ion batteries, if you have too many of them, it will become heavy. So graphene can be used at the positive anode, which is the anode is the positive side, where the carbon tube is. If you open a battery, you can do that experiment at home. Open any battery in your home, you will see that the positive is the carbon tube. So you can replace that carbon tube with a graphene thing, and it's a specially made anode made of graphene. And if you have, because it will have the same property, graphene is also made of carbon, and if you replace the carbon tube in your normal battery with graphene, what you could do is actually you can actually reduce the size of the battery with a similar output, because now you are going to make the internals of the battery very, very thin with the same amount of battery storage. Or you can actually keep the size same, and you can actually increase the capacity of the battery. So in both ways, you can actually reduce the weight of the battery which is there in the car. So the graphene is coming out as a wonder material which will reduce the weight of the electric car batteries. And once you are able to reduce the weight, you can actually convert that reduction into increase in range. So by using the graphene lithium ion battery, using graphene inside these lithium ion batteries, you can actually increase the range of your electric cars. So probably double or maybe more than double if you use graphene batteries. So this is what the graphene is being talked about, and a lot of battery manufacturers have started experimenting with graphene, and so that it's a competitive world, they come out with a better battery so that their electric vehicles can be can have bigger range, more range. So friends, this was 5 things that happened between yesterday and today in terms of business. And if you have any thoughts, any comments on these subjects, feel free to communicate by way of sending your messages. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you again tomorrow at 2:30. Join me again. Bye bye.